And I'm back with a New Year part 2. If you've watched my first video, you would have seen me created a golden black look with a glowing clock. I wasn't entirely happy with the way that looked, so I've decided to recreate a look that I did quite a few years ago using nail foil. I haven't used foils for absolutely ages. So as you can see, I've got some red, green, purple, pink and blue, and my nails are painted with the matching colours. And I'm going to apply the foil glue that I don't like, but it does work. So I'm going to apply a super thin layer to each nail, as not only does it dry quicker with this particular glue, but I find the thinner the layer, the more the glue the foil will stick to the nails. We'll just try and get everywhere with that to cover the whole of the polish. If you haven't seen foils used before, then I'll quickly explain as to why I have my nails painted a similar colour as the foil. Now this is because should the foil not adhere to the whole of my nail, then the matching colour underneath, or a similar colour underneath, will not show as much. And I've made a complete balls up of that one. So it dries super quick too when you do a thinner layer. But also doing a thinner layer, you have to make sure you do cover the entire nail. So we can see that that's drying. I mean, I don't like this foil glue when I use it with white polish, and I would have explained that in my first New Year look video, because it leaves a horrible tinge, a brownie tinge to white nails. But on coloured nails it applies with the milky colour and then almost dries clear, so that's when you know it is ready to use. And the pinky one is almost ready. Excuse me while I have a mouthful of my tea. So yeah, so these foils, I mean, the red is called Scarlet Frost, the green is called Dublin Dazzle, the purple is Imperial Iris, then we have Rubelite Fire and Peacock Dazzle, and I've had those for quite a few years. As I said, I haven't done or used foil for quite a while, so we'll get this bit done first, so then the top coat can dry, and I'll be applying a water-based top coat so as not to ruin the effect of the foil. And then when that's completely dry, I'm going to come back and put some striping tape on and paint over with black polish, remove the striping tape to create coloured lines popping through to represent fireworks. So let's get on with this, and we're going to zoom you in a bit, and we're going to get the red piece and very carefully place it on the nail, and then I'm using a cotton bud to press that in to every part of my nail, and as you can see it's wrinkled. If you can hear that laughing, that is my son. I think he's playing one of his video games with his friend online. So just make sure can also use one of these rubber tools or like a silicone tool just to make sure that foil is adhered to all part of that foil glue, and then rip. As you can see, it didn't come out too well, so I'm going to stick and rub again. Okay, so I wasn't having much luck with that red, so I've just painted another little foil glue over it. And we've gone on with the green. And this is exactly what should happen. If you can see that that's starting to lift. Okay, so we haven't had much luck with that one either. My New Year nails are not going very well at all. Now can you see why I don't like that foil glue? And I'm wondering if I should wipe that off, if that would make a difference. But I've never had any problem with that before. So I'm going to do the rest off camera and we'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, I had perfect coverage on the pink. So what I actually tried was wiping off the back, and it worked. Now, I've never had that problem before, but maybe, as I said, it is just this foil glue. So, yet again, I'm going to add the foil glue to that one, over the ring finger again, and oh, that was a bit generous. Take some of that off. Make sure we've got all of that nice and evenly. That's it. And while that's drying, I've already taken that off of the back of the blue. So I wanted to show you how the application went. And if this one doesn't work on camera, then I'll just say that I'm doomed to be recording applying nail foils, because I have never had a problem with them before. So I am wondering if it is the actual foil glue that doesn't like the backing on this foil. So I have gone ahead and wiped off of all of them now, just so I can reapply over those colours again. Just rub that everywhere and then take it off, and then just push in with the foil that I still have left, just to cover everywhere. And yeah, so we're going to wait for those to dry, apply the foil again, and then I'm going to top coat with the water-based top coat, and then I'll come back once that's completely dry and show you what they look like, and then we'll add the striping tape and finish off the firework look. I will most probably record that tomorrow now, as it's getting a bit later and I really do need to start dinner. I do decide to do my nails at the craziest of times. But yeah, so I will be back. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, I gave up on the purple and red foil and went for a holographic pink and a gold. I've added some striping tape, and for this I'm going to be using a stamping polish, which you can also use as a nail polish, because you need a super pigmented polish for this, because you only want to do one coat, working on one nail at a time. And as soon as you've painted it, remove the striping tape while the polish is still wet. If you do leave it to dry, it's a little bit harder to remove and it could pull some of the polish off as well. But that's the effect I'm going for, like a fireworky flash in the middle of the night when it's dark. So we're just going to carry on and do that to all of the nails, making sure we coat everywhere. And then once we've done that, again, just remove the striping tape if you can get hold of it. It is a bit fiddly. My other hand is getting stuck with striping tape and covered in polish. But the effect each time is just super pretty, the way the different coloured foils just flash through the black polish. I suppose you could do this with a dark glittery polish. Maybe a dark blue would look pretty. But I have done this look before and just wanted to recreate it, and I'm much happier with this as a New Year look than part 1, which was my first video, if you've seen that. If not, I will link that in the corner. But just continuing on, making sure, to say, it's super easy to use. This is one of the best ways I prefer to use striping tape. And the effect is just amazing. But just make sure that striping tape is pushed firmly and laying flat on your nail, so none of the polish can seep underneath. And just finish the thumb. As you can see, striping tape is hanging everywhere. And there we go. Done. So we've cleaned up. I'm just going to wait for that polish to dry a bit more. We did get a couple of splodges, like I said, but I'm not too fussed with them. I'm super happy with how this looks. And yeah, I just want it to dry a little bit more before I top coat it, because I don't want the black to smudge. And I will be using my Miracle Gel by Sally Hansen, the top coat, because I do find that works perfectly. And as I said, you can see why you need an opaque one coat of black for this. But I just love the pop of colour on each nail. Much happier with this. And again, Happy New Year to you all. And until 2020, bye.